In this exercise, what we're going to do is create our own custom jQuery mobile theme and apply it in Dreamweaver so that it can be sent to a smartphone, let's say. So to get yourself started, just open up Fireworks. It doesn't matter whether you open a new page or whatever, because the first place we're going to go is right here, Window, Extensions, and we're going to choose a color scheme from Cooler. So you just come over to Extensions, Cooler, and this will go online, the Cooler site, basically, and we'll load up all kinds of little schemes that have been created. And I'm going to click on Most Popular, and we'll go with Highest Rated. And we'll find one that has, a nice range of color in it. And I think this one here, Creme Brulee, kind of works for me. So you just double click the theme. That will open it in the Cooler panel. Those are the colors that make up the Cooler swatches. And now we're going to use these colors in our mobile scheme. So let's go to Commands, jQuery Mobile, Create New Theme. Now the first thing I want to do is I just want to zoom in here. So we're going to change a couple of the icon colors. So I'm just going to come down to the standard resolution icons. And we'll choose the right arrow here. And we're going to change its color. Let's go with a red. I just want to show you how you can actually apply custom colors and regular colors. So we'll just use the red off the color picker. And we'll choose that icon there. And we'll turn it red. And we'll choose the home icon. And we'll make it red. And there, I don't think they've got any fills. And we'll use the star icon at the same time. We've used this before. And it's red. So that's good. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll now. So we've got our sprites done. The arrow has a stroke around it. So we'll just give it a red stroke as well. Okay, we're finished with Cooler, but just move it over because we're going to be using the color panel, or this Cooler panel. And we're going to come to the Pages panel. So we open up the Pages panel. Now, to create your own custom theme, you have to take one of these pages here and duplicate it. So we'll take the E page, and what we're going to do is duplicate it. So you can just right-click on the page and duplicate the page. Now, when you duplicate a page and name it, you have to use a letter. Any letter in the English alphabet. These ones are sort of reserved, A to E. So pick anything. I'm going to use R. So just double-click the name, change it to R. All right, now let's go to work. We'll get the selection tool. And we'll take the header and the footer, and we're going to make them a solid color. And let's go with something, let's go with this dark. No, we'll go with the middle brown here, right here. So we'll just select that. You'll notice it's a gradient. We're going to change it to a solid. Pick the color, and then you just come over here to the Cooler panel and just click your color, and it fills. Now this has got a stroke around it. So we'll just give it a stroke with the same color. The content area itself is a gradient, so we're going to select that. And we're going to take the light color, and we'll use the yellow here. And to dark, we'll use this color here. And of course, the stroke color really should be something in between, so we'll just choose that color. And it sort of gives it a bit of an outline. If that bothers you, just make it lighter. So we'll just come over here, make it lighter. That's too light, so we'll choose that mid one. There we go, that's a little better. And then we just do the buttons. So we'll choose the normal state. Notice it's got a stroke around it. Let's deal with the stroke first. We'll make it this middle color, which we've used for all of our icons. And then we'll come in here for the linear gradient. There's light, there's dark. So we'll choose this color as our light, and we'll choose this color as our dark. In the hover state, we'll do the same thing. Give it a stroke with that middle color, and then change the gradient. There's the light, so we'll use that. And we'll use the dark. We'll use that. So it's just a little bit different. I'm going to move the Cooler panel over here. By the way, to collapse a panel, you just double-click the name. And for the down state, it looks like a reversed logo or a reversed gradient. So we'll just choose this color as the stroke. No, choose this color as the stroke. Come over to the gradient. And we'll choose the dark color, and we'll choose that one. And the light color will be that one. And we have now done our work. So we've got our theme done. And if we come back to the global assets, the one thing we do have to change most likely is this button here. So we'll change that gradient as well. So we'll just change the scheme. We use these two colors here. Choose the light color there and the dark color. Oops, don't need that crayon. And we'll choose the dark color to be that one. And it's got a, doesn't look like it has a stroke around it. No, it doesn't. So things are wonderful. Okay, so we've created our theme. We've got our colors set. Icons are going to be a bit red. And in the color scheme, you'll see that we've changed the colors for the header, the footer, the content area, and the buttons. So how do we get that over to Dreamweaver? Well, we start in Dreamweaver. We pop over to Dreamweaver, and we're going to give ourselves a new page. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose a page from a sample. We're going to go with the mobile starters. We'll go with the jQuery mobile local. Click Create, and you can see there's the page there. And if we give it a live preview, you can see that it actually works the way it's supposed to work. And you notice that the color changes occur based on the theme. Now, the other thing we're going to do here is we're going to actually create the jQuery theme and save it into the site definition for the jQuery folder that's in your exercise folder. And that is right here. It's called JQM_X. That's the folder. And so we've got this done. So the first thing we're going to do is just file save. So we'll do file save, navigate to the JQMX folder. You can name it. I'm going to leave it as untitled. Click save. And what will happen here is you will get all the files you need to run a jQuery theme added to that folder. These are done automatically. So you're just going to click copy. And if you take a look in the site definition, you can see that all the files are added. Okay, so you've got all the files that are in here and are up in here, plus we've got our untitled page. Now let's bring our theme into play here. So we pop back to Fireworks, and we've got our theme in play. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Commands, jQuery Mobile, Export Theme. And what we're going to do is we're going to save it right to the jQuery Mobile folder that was created by Dreamweaver. We're going to choose that folder. We're going to click Choose. And remember, what we want to do is keep this theme. So you can name it anything, but I'm going to name the theme R, just so I know what I'm dealing with here. Click OK. And the CSS and the CSS sprites are written to the folder. And if we come back to Dreamweaver, we can now work with the theme that we've created. So the first thing you want to do is twirl this down. And there's the R folder. So you're going to open up the R CSS. And this is all the CSS from Fireworks. It's all in here. And you just do Select All, Command or Control A, Edit, Copy, and then you can close the R CSS file, come back to the original. I'm going to turn off Live View. I'm going to open up the jQuery Mobile CSS file that's right at the top here. And I'm going to replace it with the one we just copied. So Command A to select all, edit, paste. And all the CSS from Fireworks is now in here. File save. And that'll just overwrite the CSS file. And if we go to Live View, you can see there are little sprites. And did you notice that that button theme came through? Okay, that little brown. If I come back to Fireworks, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. We come to Fireworks, and if I come to the global assets, there's the button label. Okay, so see that color there. We go to Dreamweaver, and we click on page 2, which is a button. You'll notice that it works. Now what we need to do is apply the theme or the colors to the header and the footer. So what we do is we come back to the source code, and we'll come to line 13. I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to turn off Live View, by the way. And it's really easy to do. In line 13, it tells me what the header is right here. See the header? Well, all we have to do is add one little bit to that. Data theme equals quotation mark R. Click refresh. And if we go to Live View, there's our theme. We can do the same thing with the footer. We just down here where the footer is, and we do the exact same thing in line 23. Data-theme equals R. Refresh. Of course, it would help if I spelled data right. So data-theme equals R. Refresh, and our theme has now moved into Dreamweaver and can be output into a project that would show up on a mobile smartphone. So in this exercise, what I've done is I've shown you how to create a custom theme. We used Cooler to choose a bunch of colors. Then we applied the theme not only to the global assets, but we also created our own page, which we named R. Remember, you just duplicate one of these and then just rename the page. Use a letter. You cannot use a name. And once we've got the theme made, I showed you how to come into Dreamweaver. And we used a template here. I'll just go to New. We started with Page from Sample, Mobile Starters, jQuery Mobile Local. Click Create, and it created the file for us. And then by copying and pasting the CSS from Fireworks over the jQuery Mobile CSS, we were able to get the sprite sheet in play, plus some of the colors off the global. And then I showed you that you can come back to the source code and you just make a little change right here to get the header and the footer done.